She's moist? Is this thing on?
She's moist, I'm moist, we're all moist. Welcome to UCR Live for another week as I turn my phone off vibrate just as the show begins. Hey kids, welcome wherever you are watching in the world, whether it be Australia, America, or anywhere in between. We are very happy to be back with you. My name is Steve. I'm coming to you live from my mom's house. And here we go. Our guests are starting off with the irrepressible, amazing, some would even call her all that, Miss Angelique Bates.
Yeah. I was like, "Ooh, that's a great intro. Who they talking about?"
How are you today?
Oh, I'm great. How you guys doing?
We're here.
We missed you last week, Nikki.
Oh my gosh. Yes. I mean, but you know what? It was for a good reason. I had, a last minute self-tape, which actually I ended up having another one today, but I got it done and I still made it.
Yes, this thing.
And if you're not following her on TikTok and Instagram, she's dancing and stuff. She's happy. She's a happy lady.
Yeah, yes.
I saw you dancing.
Yes, I have some dancing.
I saw you.
Thank you. I did. I finally hit the whatever that thing is called.
I
got on that social media demon that is,
Really?
Our lives.
Blood, Mark.
Wait, what? What happened?
What the fuck?
What's happening with Mark?
Just come back.
Hi, Mark. Hi, Chris. I don't know.
It's
Hi, Chris.
Oh,
hello. Hi. Oh, gosh.
Okay.
Chris
Katie
is
McCarthy's here. Oh,
He's
God.
here. Hi, Chris. Oh, God. He came to see me. Oh, gosh. Oh, it's really exciting.
Too much passion, Katie. Gotta knock the enthusiasm down about 10 points.
Oh, I think she just climaxed.
How are you, Katie McCarthy?
Oh, gosh. It's they're all exciting, guys.
Oh, God.
Yesterday was my nine-year anniversary with Kyle. Yeah. So happy
This
anniversary,
Saturday Night Live
Kyle.
character has to go away. Hi, Kyle.
Hi,
Kyle.
Happy anniversary.
Kyle's not in the background with his booty out anymore, so that's upsetting.
No. He was
We're
already in the background. I shooed him away, unfortunately.
You pulled him in.
I pulled him in and shooed him out. But where's your
I was about to make a very crass joke, but then I realized we need to start to use some of the show for reals, and I can't be that dirty anymore.
Oh, what's a show without making a crass joke about my husband's ass, right?
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be anyway. Speaking of crass jokes about people's husbands, hi Brooke. How you doing, girl? How's my boy Chrissy? Is he good?
Look, he's good. He's off building a shed today with his dad.
Oh, Alpha.
Have you got a Easter pump planned?
Oh my God.
Oh my.
Luke, wow. I mean, look, a girl will never tell, but I am kid-free for the long weekend.
For how long? That depends. How's long the average fertilization rate take?
I'm like, oh, honey, I've been fixed. It's okay.
She's had the oven removed. It's
I'm
all
like,
good.
the bitch has been neutered. Ain't nothing. No.
Her breeding years over. She's been put out to the pasture.
I would rather shoot myself in the face with a nail gun than have another child. I love my children. But wow.
Let's save that for the upcoming panel on motherhood, shall we? Good time. We know how Brooke's feeling today, but how is Queen V?
Good. I'm good. I slayed the other day at the clinic with the joke about conception. They asked me if I was pregnant, and I said, if I am, somebody better let the Pope know.
God, baby.
Immaculate Conception.
Well, especially since them eggs is poached and the oven's gone too.
Them eggs is poached. Them eggs is powdered and ready for the astronauts.
Yeah, exactly.
She got them powdered eggs. That's good. Look at Luke looking very businessy, very early 90s. Very, how you going?
I'm doing well. I've missed a few. No, I didn't actually. Well, I did.
We're not talking about that.
Not the one I wanted. But yeah, no, things good. My daughter's like running past here because she's just so fascinated. Like there's this ring light here, and Dad's gone crazy and just talking to his phone. So she's like, she wants to be part of it, but I'm like, every time someone else is on the screen, I'm like, out.
Because
so she'll probably pop in at some
right?
point. It was her birthday on Wednesday, which was the 13th.
Happy birthday, Bob.
Yeah, so she got a trampoline and she's living her best life. She's got way too many toys, so I'm going to do a cull at some point. But then I feel bad doing stuff like that, but I hate clutter. So it's like
the gay dad conundrum.
Yeah, no.
When someone
it's so hard.
So when someone says, "Can you come and help me put up play equipment?" That's never a good time.
Yeah. So actually, we put together this trampoline in the dark, right? Because it had to be a surprise. Yes. So we're out there in the dark, and then we were getting eaten by mosquitoes. So then we were like, down tools to get covered in fucking insect repellent, and then we're back there. And I thought, it'll take an hour or so. We were there until like nearly midnight. It was
that's
not cool.
about right.
Yeah, but we got there.
Me
and a screwdriver ain't good friends. We don't.
Me and my best friend put up a gym the other day, or not the other day, for her son's 5th birthday. Lucky she's a lesbian because I was helpless. I'm just like holding things, and it was so bad. We got to the end of it, and
she's just like, get out of the way.
One part wouldn't fit. We couldn't make one part fit. It was pitch black. It was wet because like the condensation, like the temperature.
Sometimes when it's wet, it usually fits easier.
No, it wasn't good. So then the neighbors had to come over and join. The neighbors had to come over and join in. It was like a whole big thing. We figured out we put one bit on upside down, but the birthday party was the next day. We're like, how bad could it be? So the kids played on it all day. No one died. It was a good time.
No one
sorry.
That's always a measure of success at a birthday party. No one's dead.
That's usually a good indication of a good Jeffrey birthday party, which is coming up later this year. We're going to make you celebrate, Jeff. Are you so excited?
Is Jeff going to have a birthday pump?
Maybe.
We might throw our dollars together.
Jeff's party is sponsored by AARP this year.
Yes. The big 39. So it's been a busy week. So if everybody's wondering, that's blood from Vampire on Blood. So if you're not following,
blood.
Make sure you go over to TikTok.
That's why I'm saying it's blood.
Yes. So our interview, if you missed it, you can go check on uncensoredradio.live and go check that out. It just aired on Tuesday. And follow them on TikTok, and you can go over to Instagram and follow them at Vampira1971. It's been an interesting week. Monday night show was a total fucking train wreck. Absolute disaster.
They're the best fun.
Yeah, we could not get that show on the rails for nothing.
What made it worse?
We were all just exhausted. And we were thinking about your face. That made it worse.
That's me.
Love you.
Maybe it needs the pretty face on there.
What's the name of that show again, Jeff?
What?
What's the name of that show again?
How we ended up here, ended up there, ended up this way, something like that. So that's a trip. So if you want to watch a train wreck, that was Monday's show. Make sure you check that out.
But for real though, was it just because everyone was just off their game?
Yeah, we were just everybody was tired. It's been a mess. You know what I mean? And we've been everybody. I mean, you guys have been filming Uncensored Horror. We've had extra interviews. It's been nonstop. Have you looked in the mirror? Be kind to him. Listen, Victoria. Victoria is my house manager in New York, and she's just bitter because she has to deal with all the miserable people that we get in that house.
And
We're
you.
going to be those miserable
you.
people,
Listen,
Victoria.
I know.
We're
And
gonna
she
be
tells
those
me,
miserable
Yay.
she calls, she's like, oh God, she's like, I'm not looking forward to you coming home next week. She's like, you are the biggest mess maker out of every guest we've ever had. Yeah. So this week, this was the big conundrum. Last weekend we had a guest come, right? And then we get the review. Now, mind you, we're super hosts. We've been getting 5 stars all year. We
Spill the
got
tea, girl.
3 stars.
I'm
cleanliness.
zooming in.
For cleanliness. And I was like, what in the actual gay hell is this? So I messaged her and I was like, can you just let me know what the problem was? What did we do? What was wrong? She's like, well, I could tell the coffee pot wasn't washed. It was just rinsed out. Now, bitch, first off, I know Victoria. It gets run through the dishwasher every time. You know what I'm saying? It was whatever. Okay, so that was 3 stars. And I was like, anything else? She's like, well, some of the dishes in the cabinet were a little bit dirty. I'm sure that was from the past guest, but somebody should have checked. Bitch, there's 3 hours in between guests for people to go in and flip that entire house. Do you think they're going to go through every cabinet every time and go check every little fucking dish? Kiss my ass, bitch.
And
3
don't
stars?
they have a dishwasher? Don't you have a dishwasher?
Right. So if somebody put a
So
dish
why
back
is it the
in between, right? Like, are you kidding me, lady? Are you kidding me? So you gave me 3 stars for those 2 things? You know what? You got the house for $69. Fuck off a night, okay? $69. Kiss my ass. It's usually $4.99 a night. 3 stars? Fuck off, bitch. Fuck off.
Fuck off.
Jeffrey,
So
I
you're
don't
not
think I
inviting
can
her back
stay there
anytime
with the
soon.
3 stars.
What?
Yeah.
I don't think I can stay there if you're only getting 3 stars.
That's the only time I've ever gotten 3 stars. Like, I was
I'm
mortified.
sorry.
I'm like,
And
what
you know,
You
like,
kind of need to lift your game.
I'm like, what
Lift your
was there,
game.
like a long hair on the shower? Like, I'm thinking it's something horrific. You know what I mean?
you know my opinion on shower curtains, Jeffrey.
Right. I'm like, there's gotta be something is horribly wrong at that house for this woman to give us 3 stars, right? I'm like, oh my God. The coffee pot, and there was dirty dish, like somebody put, you know what I mean? I'm sure it was probably just something stuck on something from the dishwasher because she wouldn't really elaborate. And I'm just like, I'm sorry you had that experience. I wish you would have texted me and told me. That's why our numbers are right there. And I put in our big message. If there's a problem, let us know because I would have sent you another fucking free pizza because the first one wasn't enough, bitch. And I saw you tried to get a second one out of me. Yes, every guest that comes stays with us, I give them a free pizza from one of the local pizza shops.
We're staying there. We're staying there. Once a fatty, always a fatty.
I think our lovely viewers need to hear this amazing, incredible rant that Steve gave us about shower curtains because
no,
I just don't fuck with
I think it's a mental illness. I don't know that it's a rant.
No, wasn't he molested by a shower curtain or something?
That was the exact. I can pull up the exact terminology if we have to.
That's just what I don't fuck with shower curtains because it feels like you're being molested by a slimy ghost.
Who touches shower curtains in the shower?
They touch you.
They don't.
I don't fuck with shower. I got glass doors, baby. I don't.
I just took a shower this morning and it was not touched by the shower
how could
curtain.
you live in a house with one? Oh.
I'm a fat dude. I don't get touched by a shower curtain.
I'm sorry. I don't just shower. I perform.
So it's flat.
It was totally fine. Was not touched
so
by
much
the shower
effort,
curtain.
though. You should just be able to close it and be like, "Well, I'm here." Oh my god!
Wow.
I stayed in a hotel this week actually, and I'm short. I had to step in. I had to lift my legs up to my waist to step into the bath, and then I turned the shower on. And it was one of those tiny little fucking like shoot lasers into your skin showers. Like the shower's huge, and I'm like, I'm just gonna stand like this.
What the hell is
Welcome to
going
Shower
on
Talk.
in Australia? Can I ask?
Hi, Lashana.
I don't know, but that to me would just be so scary if you had like elderly people stay there. They'd be just like busted hips.
Oh, mate, they would die. Like, they would die because it was a good couple that, like, well, yeah, I'm short. It's up there, up to my knees. So I was like, oh god, I'm gonna die. Anyway, we're losing people because they don't care about showers. we're gonna keep that for shower talk coming soon to UCR.
What's your question,
That's
Vera?
another round table.
Yes.
Is
Vera?
it magpie season?
No.
No. Is
Magpie
it spider
season is
season?
spring. It's always spider season.
Always spider season.
ABS. Always be spidering.
Oh, fuck that. Fuck
Right?
that is why I stay in central New York where the temperatures hurt my face because of the fucking
right.
spiders that you guys have down there.
Where you
Fuck
can not hear from your elderly neighbours for months, then find out they froze to death the first week of winter.
Sucks for them.
cute.
At least the spiders are tiny up
Sucks
there.
We got
for them.
tarantulas crossing the road down here. I'll take this over. No,
No,
not
you
doing
don't want to be
another
part
one.
of. You don't want to be part of our. Yeah. I feel that way about summer here, but it's
No.
okay.
No.
Hate the
Sorry.
summers. Ugh. All right. Anyway, enough about us complaining about things we hate. Should we jump into this week's
Hot load of hot topics.
squirt?
Or
We're going to start off with some good news this week. Sweet, short, good news. Brittany's having a baby.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's good news for the baby.
Hey,
Ooh,
that baby
no.
will be
You don't get to say
fine.
that. Mm-mm.
That baby will be fine. That baby,
baby
will
will
be
be
cared
fine.
for. That baby will be loved. That baby will be
Mhm.
more well off and more nurtured.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, hello. Have you met half of this panel?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, if they let me have kids, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Look, I am so happy for her. The world just needs to let her go away to Maui and whatever, have her baby, and leave the bitch alone. I don't know if we will ever see her again, despite releasing this book. But good on her. I'm glad that at 40 she was able to, get it happening,
Conceive.
get it popping, get that baby in the oven. Bring it on, Brittany.
Yeah. Yes, Lashonda.
I'm happy
so she
for
is
her.
pregnant for
Yeah.
with her third child.
Yeah, because
Yes.
you shouldn't have to be told what you can do with your body. You hear that,
Right.
DeSantis? You hear that?
She always
Motherfucker.
wanted a girl too.
I hope it's a girl. If it's a girl, I'll probably just throw myself on the ground and weep and be like, "Oh, she's having a baby! Oh my god,
You
my
said-
baby!"
Steven?
You've said some pretty gay things, but that's probably the gayest thing you've
It's
said.
Brittany. Hello, she's queen of the planet. She's allowed to have a baby. That she doesn't have a baby girl is ridiculous. Come on. And look,
Queen of the
talking about
planet? I don't think I
flashbacks,
voted.
Brittany, you weren't invited. It's okay. Brittany's having a baby. Jennifer Lopez is engaged to Ben Affleck again.
Is it 2001?
Yeah, all right,
It's
can I get
2002
a
all
count?
over again.
Yay!
So it was-
Can I get
you
a
know what?
count?
We
How
were
many?
we were one of the first blogs to jump on this, so I'm very happy with myself. She was spotted with the ring, and then literally 2 days later, it was officially announced. Now, here's the ring. Here's the ring.
It's
What
pretty.
happened to the
Oh,
big
God.
chocolate one that she got the first time?
Who
No,
knows?
the bit. So this is where's the other? I had two rings. I had both the rings. Where are the rings? Anyway, they reckon that this new one is 8.5 carat, $10 million ring.
How many times is this for Jenny going around the block, though?
Oh, who knows? Let it go, babe.
She
Like,
kept the first one, and
I
she
keep
said it
them
went
all.
nowhere, but she kept the ring.
Well, at least
Oh,
that album with all those Ben songs is not completely worthless now, right?
Look at my rings, my rings, my rings. That's what I do.
If it was the first
Ben,
love,
Anthony, that Chris guy.
Here we go.
Then
Here are the
A-Rod,
rings.
Now Ben again.
They're very similar.
They are.
So
They
the
are
one
very
on
similar.
our left-hand side, the pink diamond, is actually from 2002 when they were initially
you
engaged.
couldn't have found a better picture of him.
This is the only
He
one
doesn't
that
look
is
good
remotely
anymore.
clear, babe.
His pretty long past.
He,
And
does,
he's
He's gone.
he does not photograph well, period. Let's be
He
real
had
here.
pretty going on when he was younger,
You're
but it's not
offending
aging
Jeffrey.
Well. His
Men
pretty
never age
gone.
well.
That's not
Men
true.
don't age well.
That's not
That's
true.
not
Some men
true.
age well.
Oh, everyone's
That's
gonna
not
say
true.
George Clooney.
Unless you're Idris.
No, I wasn't gonna say.
Oh,
Idris
yes,
Elba.
Idris.
And his massive microphone
Yes.
wire. We've all seen that
Mm.
picture. We've all seen that picture.
Oh,
Luther. Oh, Luther. It's all good. Some sad news, but some happy news for us. For one of the panel. Gilbert's dead.
Gilbert's dead. Oh my god.
That's very sad, but Katie hates Gilbert Godfrey. So.
Yeah, I do. I mean,
I'm very sad about that.
I feel bad that he died. I don't wish anything bad upon him, but didn't like him. Sorry.
Why?
Angelique, he was your good friend. How do you feel?
I love
listen to him.
Don't listen to that man. Do not listen to that man.
That man, I don't know that man at all.
I don't know that man. I feel sorry for that man.
And he got one. He got one.
Nobody knows that man. Did you hear the voice message that he left Howard Stern? It's like a normal voice. He's like, "This is Gilbert. I'm gonna be on tomorrow. I just wanted to know what we're gonna be talking about." It was a very normal voice. He wasn't. So you're saying
it's performative?
Hey, he made a chunk of change with that voice. So.
He did.
Like nails on a chalkboard.
But history was also made in the week that we didn't have a show, guys.
Yes.
History was made.
She's not sworn in yet.
Well,
yeah,
close.
close.
Yeah. Touchy Brown Jackson. Brown Jackson, yes, I got it right. I was like, oh god, wrong.
Yep.
Who wants to talk? Who wants to talk? Someone has to have feelings.
I have feelings. I have lots of
feelings. Talk, Vera.
I feel that Ted Cruz is going to rot in hell for the way he treated that woman. Fucking misogynist bastard.
Are you shocked?
Is it because he's the Zodiac killer?
The age of civil discourse is completely gone. He was misogynist and racist and a fucking twat.
You're shocked?
I love when Vera says twat.
Twat.
I love it when you say that, Vera. It's my favorite. When we're there.
Angelique, do you have rebuttal to her twat?
To the twat? Oh no, twat away. Twat away.
Twat away. Tell us your feelings on Miss Brown Jackson.
See why I gotta be next? Because I'm black. That's why.
Hey, I went to Vera first.
Oh my god. Oh fuck.
But you thought it. That was like,
shit.
Damn, I almost spewed out my nose.
Vera's a minority.
Oh my god, it just gets worse.
He's a white man.
Do you have feelings?
Like, I hope they do not come to me.
Well, I'm coming to you. I'm coming to everyone. I'm coming to everyone.
Well, look, I don't know much about her because I know it's U.S. politics, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, I don't really know too much about it. I mean, I know it's a great thing. I am happy though. Well, I think I am. We have to wait and see what's done.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
To this. Right.
I'm so happy. Oh wait.
And like something goes horribly wrong. But
Oh, I've got a great segue. Thanks for that. Good work.
Nothing will ever, replace one that we lost. But I'm glad that another woman got in.
Right.
And another progressive woman.
Right.
Yes. And hopefully she can take it home all the way. So
do something.
Clarence Thomas can't hold out forever.
Exactly.
Them old people just hanging on. Just hanging on.
Ruth was hanging on with her fingernails, boy. She was hoping to make it.
I think she died 3 times and just wouldn't let go.
But the world needs me.
I'm the Ginsburg. No. Anyway, speaking of things that start out great, they end up being a big pile of shit.
Me!
Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh.
I'm not wrong.
You're not. I ain't even motherfucker that. I hate this motherfucker.
I am not wrong. Caitlyn Jenner has come out in support of the Don't Say Gay bill. Can I be the first on the panel to issue my fuck Caitlyn Jenner status? Like,
I don't
you
think we're
have
the first though.
not for today. For today. Like, you are so out of touch with what the real world is, and you never like you've never like they. Caitlin, oh no, she says she, doesn't she? She came here to Australia to be on Celebrity Big Brother, and was weeping about how Bruce will always be a part of her, and da 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 da, and then like left the show like 2 weeks in after she got a cash. She was like, nah, and ran away. And like, oh, I don't. For someone who was supposed to be, I don't, and maybe look, this was our fault that we put a lot of expectation on Caitlyn Jenner, but was supposed to be this guiding light for, you know,
I
opening
don't
the
think I
eyes
ever
of.
put that expectation.
But
Yeah,
on.
having
the platform that she has,
The problem
and,
with Caitlyn,
you know,
is she never stopped being a white man. Her privilege is always there.
I mean,
no matter what gender or pronoun she uses.
Listen, the only expectation I have for Caitlyn Jenner is that you respect her pronouns. That's it. She's
whatever you do.
That's it.
And whatever you do, don't drive with the bitch.
That's it. I have no other Listen, she's a white woman. We hold way too many.
She's a white woman, but she grew up as a white man.
Well, she's a trans woman, but someone commented on that article saying that she's kind of the Trojan horse of the LGBTI community, and I was like, that makes so much sense. Yeah, like, you know, and look, she knows the demographic of people she's trying to appeal to. And it's going to be harder for her to do that as a trans woman.
But
so of course
she's not appealing to fucking anybody. She's a hypocrite.
I know,
she got her dick chopped off to be a fucking hypocrite, to go against everybody around her. Fuck her and everything she is. Fuck her. She's a piece of shit.
The last time we expected white women to come through for us, Donald Trump was put into office. So there you go. And this is coming from a white woman. So there you go. Anyways.
There's no accounting for taste, really, is there?
There really is.
Oh. Just grab her on the pussy, I guess.
This is why I don't like white people.
On behalf of white women, I'm sorry, okay?
Angel's like, I'm out.
You can let go of your white guilt, Katie. We absolve you.
But like, fuck.
I'm sorry.
Her.
I don't
fuck her and fuck the whole family.
I'm not trying to be part of that crew, okay? I'm sorry.
Fuck the whole family, because now, did you guys see that Kim Kardashian is heartbroken that her son has been told about the porn.
Family.
Can we stop this?
They found out about
getting
pornography.
Fucked, didn't he?
Like,
yeah. Speaking of them getting fucked.
What do you expect? Like, you did
I just think
you did the thing. Your kid's gonna find out. Deal with it.
Oh, that kid would have felt some kind of ways.
You got $1 billion out of it. Wouldn't you be proud of it? I'd have the stills hung up in my house.
I see you go.
Like, because she was really getting that pipe in that fucking video, like pound, pound, pound. So that kid would have been like, "Oh my god."
I'm not mad at
slut shamer, but I'm not going to talk about it.
One night in Paris. No one's slut shaming.
I'm mad about it. I'm proud of it.
Her. My issue is that she's playing the victim now, and she was happy to reap the benefits of it and get a career from it. And now, my children who have seen far worse because your fucking ex-husband's crazy and he's gonna who knows? Like,
murder, suicide, a lot of them.
No, I didn't say that. Jesus Christ!
Oh my god, I quit.
That was fucking intense. But anyway.
I'm very disappointed.
That escalated quickly, kids. That escalated quickly.
I'm just glad I'm back on.
Where's
for
that
every
banner?
good thing that Kim Kardashian does with her prison reform, she fucks it up. Like, every time she does something good, you're like, oh yeah, Kim, keep going. She does something stupid.
Then she had to go at what's her face from Will and Grace. Because she was like, Deborah Messing's like, why is Kim Kardashian hosting Saturday Night Live? Because you weren't invited, bitch. Because
Deborah
you
Messing is pretty overlooked.
Deborah Messing can go fuck, because she's the reason why Will and Grace is no longer on the air, because no one wanted to work with her. Boom. Anyway, let's speak about people with problems. Let's talk about people with problems. Sally Jesse Raphael is not fucking having it with these new talk show hosts. She is not about that life. She's saying that Kelly Clarkson is not an interviewer, which is true. Kelly Clarkson is not an interviewer, but she has a personality, and that Drew Barrymore is just a movie star. So does anyone watch? I don't watch either of those shows regularly.
Haircut makes her look like a penis.
Why is Sally Jesse
Her
got an
haircut
opinion?
makes her look like a penis.
Why do you care, Sally Jesse?
Sally
Right,
Jesse
why does
is
she get
Angelique's
upset?
good friend.
I think okay. I'm gonna be devil's advocate here. I'm gonna back the Sally. I think it's because she was a very successful talk show host, and she obviously has a lot of passion about that being it is a skill set to be able to be a successful host. You know, Jerry was good at it. Donahue was good at it. Sally's great at it. Oprah was the queen of it. Like,
so her main issue.
These other people aren't as good. It's just she is right. No. They're not trained journalists. They're not like, and they.
So what were Sally Jesse Raphael's
she was a journalist. No, don't be like, let's not poo-poo. She was a journalist before she was a
but there's
host,
plenty of people, Oprah. Ricky Lake, Rosie O'Donnell, that beat her ass in the Joan Rivers, whooped her ass in daytime ratings, and they were not journalists. Ellen. They all, well, I don't know if Ellen's rated because, you know, if you compare it to back then. But I mean, I guess if you compared it to like ratings today, you know what I mean? Like, because of what viewership is today.
Journalists to have a successful show.
I mean, I understand.
I don't think it's about
what she was saying. I understood what she was saying. But at the same time, it's a different medium now. Television has changed. The world has changed. People have changed. You don't need to be a journalist. You know, but think about when Barbara Walters started the View,
you don't go to talk shows for information anymore. She
wanted to have Meredith Vieira there because she wanted to have a news person with news credentials to deliver the news. That's why Meredith was chosen as the moderator, because back then, like, that's what you did. You needed somebody with that credential to deliver that. That's what everybody felt you needed. And now, like, that's not really a thing anymore.
And the shows were very different back then. Like, you look at the shows from the 90s and the late 80s, that, like, the type of shows that they were doing, they were more news, like, / information based, as opposed to a celebrity coming on so you can lick their asshole about their latest movie that's coming out.
Right.
It's like, there's a big shift.
Not a journalist. She didn't attack Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil's not a doctor.
Not a doctor.
Yeah. Why is she going after two women and not Dr.
Hey, that's Angelique's good friend. Don't mess with him.
I'm not messing with him. I'm just saying.
Dr. Phil knows not what he's talking about.
I trust Robin first.
Super entertaining.
You guys do know.
Great show.
That our darling Katrina A. Johnson from Nickelodeon's All That, Angelique Bates' co-star, her good friend, was on Sally Jesse Raphael.
Really? What about?
Yeah, we had this conversation a couple of weeks ago.
Angelique's like, I was?
Yeah, I'm like, no, we think it's Katrina that was on it, right?
Yeah, Katrina was, For Amazing Kids. She was like 7 or whatever. Yeah, she was on it.
I think she was.
She was an amazing kid.
Funny.
Yeah. Remember, and I asked everyone who their favorite daytime talk show host was. This is when Maury retired. This is like literally a couple of weeks ago, guys.
Oh yeah.
Keep your shit together.
Look.
Yeah.
Isn't it your job to keep our shit together?
Montel. And we were joking about everyone having like Magic Johnson.
Yeah, it's coming back to me. It's coming back.
I was going there too. Thank you.
Jimmy Kimmel's not a trained journalist.
I don't know how much.
Vera can't cope with what Sally Jeffy has done.
I can't.
James Corden's an asshole.
James Corden is an asshole.
You know what?
Not a journalist.
I loved his Spill Your Guts or whatever the hell it was, that little segment where he had Cher on. And
I don't care, I'm Cher. Oh.
Right, and she had to eat all the horrible things or like admit who was the best kisser or whatever.
Look, if anyone should have a talk show, it should be Cher. Could you? It'd be a car crash. Could you imagine? I'd live. Follow Cher. If you want entertainment, follow Cher on social media. She's amazing. The Twitter just goes off the chain, just with random shit. That's just great. I live for Cher.
Signing up
Cher, I
on
love
Twitter
you.
so
Come
that
on
I
our
can
show.
get Cher.
Please, for the love of
Does
God, come
anyone-
on the show.
Does anyone / care about Ezra Miller?
No.
No.
It is part of the conversation, though. So
Yes and no. I'm
as an
into
individual-
Ezra Miller, but I don't really care about the story.
You've been to Ezra
Well,
Miller.
it's an important, I think,
It is
story.
important, yeah. It's an important story that is
I'm
getting
with
overshadowed
Christopher.
by Will Smith.
They respect the pronouns.
So Ezra Miller has been the charges have been dropped, but now there's still some legal issue from a couple in Hawaii that they were harassing on their latest holiday, and it's been overshadowed by a certain person slapping another person. But the big issue, like this person is quite problematic and well known to be so ever since they've become famous, I guess. For those people that don't know who Ezra Miller is, the Flash in the Justice League movie.
They're problematic? How? I've never heard anything else about them in the news. Besides this.
We've covered stories of him
with
physical altercation.
Yeah.
With him beating beating the shit out of other people multiple times just in the last couple of years. Yes. Yeah. But it doesn't get big coverage.
It doesn't.
And why is that?
Because they are a semi-famous white man.
I mean, probably, yeah.
And also, they didn't do it on national TV live.
Really?
Right, but if it was a black movie star that did what this dude did, they did, whatever, it would be all over the fucking place. That was the point of this article.
Oh,
yeah, it was. That was the point of this article.
It was. But the black movie star did it on live TV.
Right, and I understand that.
The world.
No, I apologize. I just never heard of anything else otherwise.
Like, I think, yeah.
Damn.
Not a good person, apparently. So the big thing is that they are hinging like the whole plans of the DC comic book universe on the Flash film, which they are starring in. And everyone's like, well, what's happening to their career? Like, there are crisis talks over at who's doing? I can't remember what studio it is, about getting rid of this person as soon as this movie drops, because they have spent millions upon millions of dollars on not only shooting but reshooting it so they can try and reinstate the Zack Snyder stuff. And now this kid's fucking it up hardcore for them. Like, if you create that much trouble for a Hollywood studio, you're gone, right?
And
absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, he's pretty unfamous. I mean,
yeah,
he's not.
There's that's not an A-list name.
Vera.
Yeah.
Pronouns.
Oh,
not an A-list
Get
name.
off this story before I kill Katie.
Can I'm just Angelique Bates, as the person who has worked in the Hollywood studio system, you know, like, you can tell us, like, this is like dead in the water stuff, right? This much drama. This much drama.
So as the panel was saying earlier, as a black actress, you are absolutely right. We would have been blackballed.
Thank you, and thank you.
That's really what you wanted to ask. No, it's fine. No, if any minority, whether it was Asian, no, I ain't gonna lie, black would have been blackballed. You know, it wouldn't have even been like still talking about this. Wouldn't have been a thought about, oh, let's see if we could find someone else. Like, it would have already. I mean, you see what happened with the whole Oscar situation. Yes, it was public, but still, I mean, there was so many other aspects and other things have happened that if it was different scenarios, it wouldn't have gone that way. I mean,
right? How many rapists and pedophiles do we have that are in the Academy that still have their Oscars?
I mean,
they haven't been banned.
Let's be clear. The whole
let's
Alec
talk
Baldwin
about the
thing.
rapists and pedophiles that go free while black men caught with drugs are doing prison time.
Absolutely. Right. You're not wrong. I had no idea. I'm wrong. I'm absolutely wrong.
We've hit the feel good moment of the program.
We did.
So I don't know if you guys probably haven't noticed because it wasn't it would not be a story for you guys. But here in Australia, we've had that's a really bad photo. An outbreak of knife violence at Sydney Royal Easter Show. So it's like a big carnival in Sydney, where a 17-year-old was stabbed to death in front of the general public. 17-year-old who was about to become a father, and then literally today or yesterday in the States, cheerleader Kayla Green was also stabbed to death in public. Like, what's going on with knife violence now? Like, guns are so 2020 or something?
Well,
like, what's
guns
going
are
on?
still there. The subway bombing proves that, but...
Yeah, like, what is... Do you think this is like... I know, Jeffrey...
I think...
This
kind of violence is becoming very common, and it's very sad in young people. This is both young people stabbed by other young people over petty high school shit that they've got into a fight over, and they've killed someone for it. So I think it's the way our society is becoming is there's stuff that we've got to fix. And I think, young people being disenfranchised and having all this anger they're taking out on each other is a really sad thing. Because now we got 2 kids that are dead.
But this, like, you and I have had this battle before because we've gone into it, especially with gun violence.
You know what, though, Jeff?
And you're
but guns make it a lot easier to kill someone.
Right, but look at now we've got 2 cases right here with knives. Look at if somebody wants to kill somebody, they're gonna get their hands on whatever weapon they can.
One person's
So
dead.
Jeff, if Katie come at you,
there could have been more. If
Katie come at you with a gun and fired it, you'd be dead. If Katie come at you with a knife, do you think you'd have more? Because I'm just giving him an example of the difference in being how lethal they are.
But that's not true. I'm glad he's using you as an example.
Virginia Tech, the aggressor was armed in Virginia Tech, and he hit 3 people with a knife, but 2 men were able to disarm him and take him down, and only one person or those 3 people were injured. Knives are far less lethal than guns. And yes, Jeffrey, I know we have a mental health crisis, but you know what? They have mental health problems all over the world. They do not have the kind of violence that we have here in this country.
Yeah, I didn't get shot up at the train station.
Yeah. It's a 2-pronged problem, but guns are a big part of that equation, not just mental health.
But I think I'm going to kind of side with Jeffrey a little bit here, not necessarily on the gun violence thing. I think especially after COVID, when people were, so segregated away from each other, and probably a lot of people weren't getting the physical, medical checkups they needed, all that kind of stuff. Think about how much undiagnosed mental illness it was lurking around COVID.
Not just undiagnosed, untreated.
Untreated.
People with anxiety were not going into their appointments.
And now we've kind of just forgotten that there was a pandemic for the last 18 months and let people just go out amongst the world without, thinking about how to reacclimate.
An entire generation of school children who haven't been socialized with each other for 2 years, who are figuring out how to rub against each other, having just watched,
don't do that after being told. After being told not to go near anyone, not to breathe near anyone. Right. Now everyone's just picked up life as usual, and I didn't really think about it until I was sitting at a concert the other night, and I went, "Oh my god, there's so many people here." Oh my god! I had a little moment, and I was like, "It's fine."
I have reservations in New York.
You've done everything you need to do. Like, you've done your job. You can only hope that the person next to you and the person next to you have done their job. And if they haven't, then that's why humankind's a mess.
And that Brooklyn subway shooter kind of scared the bejesus. I was like, "Oh shit! Do I want to go to New York next month?"
Yeah.
When Karen and Catherine were in town, we went and saw the Batman. The first thing I do when I go into a movie theater is look to where all the exits are, as to where I'm sitting. And think
and
about
the single white men that walk in.
Especially Batman movies.
Right, and the minute I hear the door open, I'm paying attention to when the person is coming around. Like, anytime I'm in a public place, a hospital, a busy auditorium, anything, I'm hyper vigilant to where all the exits are near me.
Because you're scared of getting shot.
But because it's not just shot, Luke, because you got to worry about people plowing you down with a vehicle. You got to worry about a backpack
in the cinema.
I'm talking about in a crowd, Luke. If you're outside, anywhere, you got to worry about everything. If you're in Boston, they had bombs in backpacks. You have no idea what people are going to do anymore. The world is insane. It's not just one thing. It's everything. The world's not.
And they shouldn't have guns.
I feel like in Australia, shit like that doesn't actually exist, and we're very, very sheltered as a country in general. Like you say, Jeffrey,
no. Let's be corrected. It does exist, and people act like shocked assholes. But it does happen.
I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. But as in general, I feel like I'm not stressed. I don't think that I'm going to walk down the street and get shot by someone. So until I walk down the street and get shot, I'm going to be like, that shit's not going to happen.
I'm not like stressed about it. I'm not walking like stress ball about it, but I'm just aware of my surroundings. I mean, I was before all this stuff happens. Like, it's who I am as a person. You know what I mean? As a gay dude in America.
My sister's the same way.
It's just who I am.
She never goes into a hotel without knowing how many doors between her and the stairwell. You know?
And I am just walking down the streets, avoiding all the erections because I'm just so beautiful. But anyway, let's jump into this week's view. I had to try and lighten the mood a little bit because
real rough. That was like a plane into a building.
Are you smudging me?
Is that what's happening? Handling mates is hitting the demon out.
She's saging the damn show.
I need all the help I can get because this topic's going to make us feel even better. Canada looks like they're going to approve assisted suicide for the mentally ill.
Well, thanks for lightening the mood for that one, Steve.
How do we feel about this, kids? Because I think it's a very important topic to have because, we talk about gun violence. Oh, Katie's gone. She's had it. Chris, I'm delivering today, Chris.
Wait a minute. There's an eggplant.
We've got to keep consistent, serious news topics and dick jokes. Jeff, you are very outspoken about mental illness. How do you feel about this story?
I think fine. If people want to check out, that's their business. Let them. There's too many people on the planet as it is. You know what I mean? I don't think COVID was really that bad of a thing. You know what I'm saying? Survival of the fittest. If people need to go, they want to go, let them. I mean, I don't really think it's a bad thing. I think there's people that don't want to be here.
Jeff's all for euthanasia because COVID didn't kill enough of them.
Yeah, basically. The world's overpopulated. But no, I mean, truly though, on a serious note, I think there are a lot of people.
Can we get the banner going?
That are chronically depressed.
Can we get that going?
This
is an opinion show.
Their life is going to turn around. And I don't feel like they should be stigmatized for it. And if you don't really want to be here, you should be allowed to legally make the choice to go to a safe place and make that decision. And to do it in a medical facility where you're safe.
Yeah, and we should explain the story for people, especially who are only listening. If this Canada already has euthanasia for people who've got terminal cancer or like something that they cannot recover from and they will die from, and they're going to be adding mental health now to this starting in March 2023. So if you have, chronic depression or like a schizophrenia that's debilitated your whole life, and you and the psychiatrist and whoever else will be part of that decision-making process decide that you want to commit suicide, more or less, assisted dying.
That is an important part of it, right? Like, I do feel like a psychiatrist needs to be involved in this. It can't just be Joe
absolutely,
Schmo
that
off
has
the street.
to be.
That's like, I'm having a bad day. That's it. I'm done today. I'm checking out.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's a very permanent solution.
That's
to
not
a
what I'm
problem
saying.
That is not necessarily.
Like, psychiatrist needs to sign off on this. There needs to be some therapy. You know what I mean? This needs to be an informed decision.
There are many
some parameters
who attempt it and fail, and the consequences of the attempt are far more dire than the things making them unhappy before the attempt.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if somebody's that determined, then there should be some assistance. But it's a really tough call. My job is to screen people to make sure they're not at risk, and then to
my biggest issue with suicide, and this is I think, well, I don't know. I can't speak for all the panel, but I've known a couple of people, family or friends and family members that, have taken their own lives. It doesn't just affect you.
No.
No,
but if it's
but
planned,
your decision is
you-
going to is going to impact everyone else. So I is it enough to just go, my doctor says I can do this, so I'm doing it?
Well, I'm sure it's not going to go quite like that. I'm sure it's going to be weeks and months of screening. They're not going to say,
right?
I want to die, and he's going to say, okay, we can put you in on next Tuesday.
Yeah,
Right.
It's not like getting a nose job. Hopefully, where
Right.
you're like, oh,
Right.
well, you can you're able to do it. So yeah, let's book it in. I've got to
And
give
I
someone
would
like a new
certainly hope
chin
that
next week.
That your prescriber, your therapist, who's part of your life every day, is part of the decision too.
Well, and you would need to be able to make end of life plans, right? You
Right.
can't just check
You
out
would
with
involve your family.
not taking care of everything around you. You know what I mean? You need to set up like, okay, is your estate handled or whatever the case is? If you need to handle your business before you go. You need to take care of things. So I think if those things are dealt with and that's handled, then, and two, I think there's a big difference, right? Because when somebody does it unexpectedly, that is a difficult situation, especially if they don't leave a note, because you never have an answer. It's unknowable at that point.
There are people who decide to jump out of a tall building and don't die, but are permanently disabled.
Right.
There are people who decide to shoot themselves and don't die, but are permanently disfigured. There are people that, try to kill themselves with meds that don't die and end up with permanent liver or kidney damage for the rest of their lives. I mean, do you want those people to struggle for the rest of their lives?
I mean, I don't think anyone wants anyone to struggle. It just, as I said, it seems like a very, very final solution. And I can't speak to that. I have not had that experience. So,
well,
I don't know.
I will say, and this is just my personal opinion, I'm not speaking for anyone else on the panel, that when it comes to depression, I feel like when they put that on there, I feel like they have to be more specific, because people get depressed for some of the smallest things. It could be that someone broke up with someone,
Right.
You have to be really specific with that. And, this is public record, but I attempted to commit suicide before. So just imagine if there was this option and I was like, oh, you know what? Let me just go, whatever the process is. And then was like gone. So it's you have to.
I don't disagree with you at all, but I don't think that any really qualified provider.
I think an acute episode too, would not be something they would even entertain. They would treat them.
Yeah. This is going to have to be chronic, debilitating depression over a course of 10 years before I think a provider would even consider.
But isn't that cruel or unusual punishment as well? If they're in that kind of state, you've got to wait 10 years.
But there's
I'm not saying they do. I don't know what the guidelines are, but
I know. I'm just playing devil's advocate
some
here.
kind of guidelines.
There's also a huge difference between feeling sad because your boyfriend dumped you and having depression. Depression is a chemical imbalance in your brain.
It could be.
But it could.
Part of,
but having a romantic breakup could trigger a chemical imbalance. It really. Well,
I mean, you're
talking about that underlying depression to begin with, and then that's the catalyst.
Yeah. The body does affect the mind affects the body. It's a cycle. It's a whole thing.
Right. I was gonna say it's a process, because anybody that's not depressed is not sitting here trying to swallow a whole bottle of pills. Like I said, I attempted to try to kill myself, so I wasn't happy and just like shooting unicorns out my ass. So with that being
fair enough.
But Angelique, I'm so glad though.
I'm not trying to invalidate your experience.
No, I get it.
No, I'm so glad that it wasn't successful, because what.
Right.
Yeah, he's trying to say you wouldn't be here tonight.
Right, I wouldn't be able to, kick the shit with you guys. That's like,
you would be able to sage us because we all need Jesus. It's like, okay.
I almost got a bit emotional then, so I was like,
I know you're trying. I felt no. No, I'm
Oh
not
my
trying
God,
to
we're
take
going
on
all
Junior.
Sally Jesse here, guys. It's very beautiful. It's a nice moment for all involved.
Stop bringing Sally up. She caused too many problems earlier in the show.
There's Angelique's good friend.
What the bit you got going on?
You have so many good friends, Angelique. You're so popular.
Everyone's my friend.
She was my good friend until she stole my boyfriend.
I know.
Is she
You're
here?
not supposed to tell anyone that. No, wait, wrong.
Sally Jesse Raphael.
Last I heard, Angelique Bates was linked to Idris Elba. I'm spreading that rumor.
Yep.
Good job.
I like that.
That's
I like that.
That's whose house she was in a couple of weeks ago.
Yes, it was.
Remember when you had the piano
Heard
behind
it
you
here.
and everything? That was Idris
What
Elba's
happened
house.
Heard it here.
What happened was.
See,
You're
the
welcome.
wife, she's just, she's just an actress. That's not really
Yeah.
his wife.
Exactly.
Wife.
Yeah, wife. His wife.
Wife.
What? Jeffrey's like, wait, what?
So Sally Jesse, guys, was
Allegedly.
famous for having glasses. We have
I'm
we
just
have
saying.
another well-glassed lady on our panel who has a lot of feelings about things, and it's that time of the show. It is time for Vera Vents. Okay, are you
Sounded
ready?
like
Vera?
I'm ready as I'm gonna be.
1, 2, 3, ventiline.
Well, several weeks ago, I pissed off Katrina. Today might be the night I piss off Katie. I'm going to talk about
Yay.
being woke. Okay? Woke. It's become a nasty word to be woke. It was originally meant to just pay attention. Keep your eyes on the ball, kids. And now it's become synonymous with over-the-top liberalism and the kind of, liberal fear that Fox has made its millions on, billions actually, probably not millions. But there is a point where woke goes too far. I do believe it. As woke as I like to think of myself, I do think there are people that have been, harassed, crap. Lin-Manuel Miranda was harassed for not putting enough Afro-Latinas in his movie, even though there was clearly a number of Afro-Latinas in his movie. This is the man who made all of the founding fathers Afro or Latino. This is not a man who's done nothing for the cause. And the woke police were after him about the Afro-Latina content in his movie. Rachel Gessler, who played Anita, is half Colombian, but she doesn't have a Spanish last name. So there were plenty of people mad about that. You put a non-Hispanic in this movie, even though the original West Side Story had one single Hispanic in it and everybody else was white with makeup on. And the one Hispanic that was in it wasn't dark enough, so they had to put dark makeup all over Rita Moreno. But my thought is, yes, woke can go too far. I've seen it, and every time it happens, it's like, oh, guys, you're not helping the cause. But if going that extra mile to make sure that Black lives do matter and not another young man is killed at a traffic stop, or going that extra mile and making sure that another gay child doesn't commit suicide because they don't see a way out of the hell they're in, then let's all get fucking woke.
For the right reasons, not just to be offended.
Listen, I don't think I'm woke. I think bare minimum, you should be pronouncing people's name correctly and you should be respecting pronouns. I don't think I'm woke at all.
Katie, you are the most woke social justice warrior on this whole show.
That's offensive. That is offensive, honestly.
All right, so
speaking
of things that have gone too long, speaking of things that have gone too long and are just offensive, I bring to you this week's What the Fuck Weekly. What the? I hope you're ready for this. Yeah, Angelique, we're going to need it. A 57-year-old man from Geelong, Australia, almost lost his penis after matted pubic hairs cut off his circulation.
Oh, jeez.
What is that picture?
Massive,
I don't.
It was
It's
That's
a
a
banana.
banana, but
It's a half-dead banana.
how
how the fuck do you get
Would
massive
we like to know
pubic hair?
more? Would we like
no, because you're gonna make me throw up because I have a feeling it's cleanliness, isn't it?
The 57-year-old Geelong native who is reportedly uncircumcised had reported to a family doctor after suffering extreme pain and swelling of the penis for 2 weeks. However, medics didn't notice the culprit as they didn't check under the hood, thereby allowing the symptoms to worsen. After steroids failed to alleviate his agony, the patient was referred to Geelong University Hospital. Their examinations of the foreskin revealed a source of his pain to be a complex hair tourniquet of short, matted hairs that had horrifyingly encircled the area beneath the glands like a miniature choker.
So it just got caught in his foreskin?
Yep.
And grew around
Apparently quite a bit of it.
Oh,
no.
Like grew into the penis and
And that's why I don't like uncircumcised.
I don't. Is there a picture?
There's not a picture. I think it's just the world's best advertisement for making sure you trim your bush.
Yeah, cut the grass, man. I don't like any grass. I just like it. No.
You just
you do you, boo, but take care of it. Like
you see, you just proved my whole point that I was just trying to have with somebody last week of why you need to be careful of things that you put in your mouth.
Right? If it smells funny, if it looks funny,
something tells me he hasn't had it put in anyone's mouth for a while.
I hope.
If he was having routine erections, the problem wouldn't become visible.
Right? Yeah, like.
Well,
so he wasn't getting no booty. Poor thing.
That's so scary.
I wasn't masturbating either, apparently.
Yeah. He just had a bird's nest in his knob. That's so weird. Oh,
it's normal to masturbate. Like,
maybe it was broken. Maybe it.
Katie, when's the last time you've had a little clap?
When was the last time I had the clap? Never.
No, you had a little clap. Little.
I've never heard it called that.
I never heard it called that.
Last time I heard
it, the sausage you want in your mouth, babe.
Never heard it called that.
Yeah.
Or having a flick.
There you go.
As someone on the panel has famously once said, maybe his dick was dead. Someone on the panel famously said that before.
Well, it sounds like it. It sounds like it's like some rotted corpse that was like covered in barnacles and.
Oh my god!
Well, I agree, Christopher.
Okay, let's put this.
Covered this week. Wow.
Let's just put this show out of its.
I think it's great. You know what? I can just imagine that it's like any one of those horror movies where a mummy comes to life and there's just like dust.
Well, I think that's the problem. It wasn't coming to life.
It wasn't coming to life.
A penis.
Someone needed to move the stone and let him rise. It would have been
Wait
nice.
a minute. Did you ever get that video? Can we play that as we go? Can we play that?
We did. This is an amazing clapback, guys.
Can we play that?
I did mean to
outro.
I did mean to play. Oh, we can do both. We need to do both.
What's going on? I'm scared.
This is an amazing clapback, and I should have played it when we were talking about Caitlyn Jenner. But this is for all those folk out there who having an interesting reaction to Don't Say Gay. Enjoy.
Oh.
A Florida teacher, in response to the Don't Say Gay bill, has recently just sent this email to the parents of their students. Dear Florida parents, the Florida House of Representatives has recently ruled that the classroom instruction by school personnel or third articles on S orientation or gender identity may not occur in kindergarten through grade 3 or in a manner that is not age appropriate or developmentally appropriate for its students. To be in accordance with this policy, I will no longer be referring to your students with gendered pronouns. All students will be referred to as they or them. I will no longer use gendered titles such as Mr. or Miss or make any reference to my husband/wife in the classroom. From now on, I will be using the non-gendered title MX. Furthermore, I will be removing all books or instructions which refer to a person being a mother, father, husband, or wife, as these are gendered identities that also allude to S orientation. Needless to say, a book which refers to a character as he or she will also be removed from the classroom. If you have any concerns about this policy, please feel free to contact our local congressman.
One of my favorite things is when the GOP goes so far right, they end up left. Way to go, knuckleheads. You never think this shit through. Unintended consequences, am I right?
I was laughing to that this morning. It was.
And
so
this
good.
is why you don't piss off millennials and Gen Z people who educate your children. Enjoy that, folks. We'll see you again next week here on UCR Live. Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
My pussy's burning.
Angelique, we do need that sage because I just remembered it's Good Friday here.
It is.
We need some help on this show.
I got